So in Ayurveda, it says that you should start your meal with something sweet, right? And you should not eat it later. It kind of ferments. I want to understand.
You start with sweet. What sweet? Not the sugar.
Yeah, yeah.
There's called madhu. That is fructose based sweets. You could have a sweet fruit, small amount chiku or sitaphal or jackfruit, or if we don't get all that, there is what is called jaggery, that palm jaggery. You start small piece in the mouth. That's where your pancreas and other carbohydrate digesting enzymes get initiated. That is the reason why they ask you to start your meal with that. And there is nothing like fermentation. Inside the body, fermentation doesn't happen. So the food you cook and don't keep overnight, because pathogenic bacteria can take over. So as immediately after you cook, if the watery porridge is there, you tie in a mud pot correctly. 8 hours later, it gets fermented and the microbes come in. And if you keep it later than that, then that starts going down. So you do not eat anything beyond 16 hours from soaking to eating. So you want to make fermented porridge, soak at 6 a.m., cook at 1 a.m., eat by 8 a.m. And beyond that, the fermentation gets over fermented. You should not eat.
Eat by 8 p.m.
Yeah. So people generally what they do, whatever is remaining, they add water and leave it for 16 hours. And that is not what you are supposed to eat. That's what Ayurveda clearly mentions. So, but Ambali fermented porridge procedure, if you look at, everything should happen in 16 to 18 hours. So, if it crosses beyond 24 hours, you're in a dark, you're in red zone. So, if you go beyond 24 hours after cooking, it is not right. And that's what Ayurveda talks about. Have I answered?
Eating, like, suppose right now there are two millets. One is sweet pongal, other one is.
Yeah, make with the same millet.
Together is fine.
Yeah, eat same millet. Same millet you make. Yeah, that's fine. No problem.
One is salty, one is sweet.
That's okay. No, shed ruchis. No, your question is silly. Though you told that it is silly, you can eat taste, 6 tastes you can combine any way you like. Sweet, bitter, sour, salty, spicy, that all these 6 tastes can be combined the way you want. And you can combine only 2 tastes, you can combine 1 taste. That about taste, again, it's a different story. So there is nothing not to combine. It's actually, if you can combine creatively, it is very good for you. So spices, all these flavors are creating various kinds of spectrum of taste, but there are basic 6 tastes. So someone may like sour, someone may like khatta, someone may like, yeah, that's fine. Meetha, no problem.
Nutritional.
Yeah, not nutrition. Taste has nothing to do with nutrition.
Okay. Thank you.
So we have Sugar, the next question.
Yeah.
So the question is,
It'll get recorded. Your question will get recorded.
so I started my millet journey in 2010, way before I know you, through my traditional grandfather and some other gurus, right? 2013, I was sincerely following millet, but I know what to eat. At that time, I did not know how to eat, like the ambali, right? Like you said, you also touched that point, like gut problem. I ran into some problems. And I checked with a couple of the Siddha doctors. They said, I started getting the black lines here and there. I started getting blacking. So it's a nutrition deficiency. That's what he said. Then you have to eat more. Like, I can eat more. That's why I switched to millet. 2016, I came to know about Ambali. So that's when we had the seminars and then Zoom calls. That's when I came to know And ambali is the right form to eat. I think between 2015. So since then, I started eating only ambali. I don't cook anything else. But I cook only ambali every day, one meal, only ambali. One meal salad. That's all I'm eating. So,
Question, please.
yeah, that's the background of the question. So the question is this good form of continuing, or is there going to be a nutrition deficiency problem? So far, I'm good. I'm safe. But I really wanted to check with you. Is there something else I need to add to my diet? I eat only salad and one ambali. That's all I eat per day. Deficiency. I don't.
Are you changing the grain?
Yes, every 2 days I change the millet. That's all. And then every night I eat with some sabji, some curry. And afternoon I eat only salad. Morning I start with kashayam and then go for some fruit salad. Fruit means like one fruit, not too many fruits, kind of. Is that okay, or do I have to change something to add more vitamins or nutrients?
No, no, no. All vitamins, all proteins, all minerals, everything is there in these 5 grains.
Okay.
It's a rotating. You have all the grains. 5 grains is good. And if you are not harboring any sickness like you are diabetic, thyroid, this and that, I would also request you to add the neutral grains.
Okay.
The pearl millet, ragi,
Okay.
all these things are
Okay.
also have some wonderful nutritional values.
Okay.
Though they don't have the capacity to clean your body,
Okay.
but these wonderful minor millets have all the capacity to clean your body.
Okay.
So nutrient wise, cleaning wise, if you go through these 10 grains,
Yes, I do.
and I actually, if you are above 45, 50, it's good to keep yourself more in the minor millet zone.
Okay.
Now and then you can have maybe 10 to 20% of your whole monthly quota should include maybe 10 to 20% of major millet.
Major millet. So that's
Okay.
what I need to add.
Yeah, that is the question. And there is no need to add anything anymore. And if you are comfortable eating one meal in the morning, and many people eat in the afternoon, because we are now trained breakfast, lunch, dinner. There is nothing like that actually. You have one meal in the morning when the sun rises, maybe half an hour this side, that side. No, like imagine you are going somewhere, you can eat even before the sunrise, half an hour, and then be done with your food. And you can get used to after sunrise 1 or 2 hours. So practically for me, it works around 8:30. I eat my meal, and then I forget about food till next day. And sometimes if I don't get food, I can continue till the next day evening. In fact, I can continue for another 3 days. Nothing happens because we have enough muscle, enough thing left. And it's good once in a while to do that upavas, because you asked the question, is it?
Yes.
To add upavas, the cleaning happens better.
Okay.
Though millet food, these grains have wonderful fiber, they clean. But beyond that, the body itself initiates what is called in the so-called modern scientific term autophagy. Autophagy. In fact, recently one of the scientists got a Nobel Prize for that, which our ancestors said long, 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 long ago. Anyway, that's a different story. So, upavas on Ekadasi day, now and then, is a good thing for you to add.
Okay. One sub question, because you asked me to add ragi jowar along with this. If I'm eating brown top millet that day, can I eat?
No. You eat one day ragi.
Okay, add that also in the
Say in the sequence.
Add those millets. Okay.
Yeah, once in 2 months you can have ragi one day.
Okay, got it.
Instead of this rotating 5 days. And then after another 2 months, yeah.
Okay.
So neutral millet only for
1 or 2 days, what? Convenience, no?
Yeah.
Whatever.
When
I think that's others.
last question to this question. So that nutrient.
Because if I allow, you keep having only Sugandha will be keeping on. Others are also after us.
Question is, my main concern is why the children, especially in USA, they suffer from so many allergies like nut allergy, and all. So is it because of they have low immunity? Like,
Yeah, you are generating low immunity. Because in America, things are not.
I didn't know about all these allergies. I know only about the brinjal, only the few people in India. But why here the children?
Yeah, they are allergy for everything.
Like,
Because you are not eating right. You are eating too much sugar. too much meat. Yeah, absolutely. So give them ambali to start with. They will start falling in place.
So is it good for acne also?
Yeah, if everything.
For acne also. Or eating it.
Ambali is your
Go to.
doctor within. He knows where is what going on. So he will start coordinating everything. So ambali is your doctor within. So don't leave ambali. Whatever you do, at least once a day, take ambali, you are good to go.
Khadar, I'll ask a question on behalf of a bunch of many.
No,
have
on
actually-
behalf you ask.
Yeah. This everyone wants to know. Just as you found a few kashayas and leaves that can be in America that you can
Yeah.
procure, they also want to know how food can be put in the fridge and then reheated.
No. That's why I said start working in kitchen. Make your food, and I'm asking you to make only once. You don't need to go on feeding your people every 2 hours. This is once. After 6 weeks, everyone you feed them well once in the morning, they will not bother you about food. I'm not joking. That's it, period, for the day. And whatever little remaining, you, as she said, salad, this and that, manage it. And
Adding to that, you have mentioned some decoctions.
Yeah.
Those leaves are available in US.
most of them,
Some of the leaves, I think, if you are
very few are not.
Okay.
Please send one list of US local leaf group. I send it.
My personal experience with bay leaf, bay fertility, I tried.
Yeah.
I went out.
Yeah, all are great.
One question. So, is it healthy for someone?
You are related to Sugandhi?
No, only one question.
Yeah, I just want to be
Yeah,
careful.
only one question. So, if a person is having only one meal a day, and if they do not have any grains, but only fruits and steamed vegetables,
No, it
is
doesn't work. After a few months, you will fall sick.
that false?
Grains are the ones, and it is not sustainable. Where do you get that kind of
Just
vegetable?
asking.
Just I'm telling.
Yeah,
I'm not joking. It's very serious problem. People are nowadays, I will eat only vegetables, I will only eat fruits. It's not sustainable, and enough nutrition is not there in any fruit or any vegetable. It's not going to work out after a few, means people who are sick may go on to a fruit diet, they may start feeling better, but after 6 months, you are going to fall flat.
We extend the question that you mentioned about mucomasy. Here, like it is becoming like having intermittent.
Yeah, that's not right. It's not scientific because
16 hours.
yeah, that's nonsense. There is nothing like 16-hour not eating and remaining 8 hours keep eating. That's wrong.
So they different 16 hours gap.
That's not right at all. Not right at all. Actually, it is the 12 hours in the night. You cannot consider that you are fasting. And that is the problem with intermittent fasting. It's only your 4 hours you are not eating. No, it doesn't happen. Autophagy happens after 36 hours. Yeah, Ekadashi fasting is the real scientific fasting. That's what I mentioned. This intermittent fasting is not scientific. It may give you some results, quick results when you are sick, like you are fat, you are diabetic. Some results it will give you, but over a longer period, it is not sustainable. And you should not be fasting. We are supposed to eat. Fasting is cleaning process. Once in a while you do. If you are eating wrong food also, by fasting you can clean. And Vratka Chawal in India is Sama or Jingora, that is barnyard. So even that they have already told you, please eat this.
So for a 44-year old, I mean, he was mostly not doing much physical work. So
Who is doing work, physical work? I want to know who is doing physical work.
So 2 meals is okay to do eat, right? Or 1 meal is also sufficient.
No, it's a process. Don't jump to 1 meal a day. You know, it's to be. I have been doing it long time. So I eat 3 times also. When I go out, some people now you gave me. Then I go. They will also ask me to eat. So I eat little bit. But generally, my meal is in the morning, and I'm done. And if I get food a little bit just for social obligations, I take. Otherwise, I don't need to eat. I just carry a water bottle and keep drinking water most often. Yeah, that's it. And I'm doing good. I mean, I'm 66 years old. I have not seen any doctor even once. And in 1975, I climbed Chamundi in 29 minutes. And recently, I climbed in 29 minutes 30 seconds. So it's after 45 years.
What do you eat in the morning?
I eat millets.
Just only the minutes?
Yes, nothing else. No, I eat vegetables, everything. I'm a very good cook.
Oh yeah, he was looking when I went to his house.
Oh, you saw that?
I said,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, generally, me and my wife keep fighting in the kitchen.
So one question about like why
Last question for you. Others can ask.
I think it will be helpful for us. Like why we cannot eat the 2 millets on the same day.
Yeah, the reason is this, that you have different millets having different nature of the fiber, cleaning different parts of your body. Now, you mix kodo and foxtail millet. Kodo cleans your bone marrow and blood. Foxtail millet cleans your lungs and nervous system. Now, I mix both of them. Now, the fiber content, you cannot eat, you will eat the same amount, isn't it? I mean, little bit this side, that side. So now we have reduced the fiber in the foxtail millet to half, kodo millet to half. Now the cleaning of kodo millet part is done half, this half. Now imagine this multi-millet fellows, all this mix everything, because actually it is a business model, because there are flour mills which process all five, and at the end of the day they have 1 ton of this multi-millet flour lying down. So they want to get rid of it. They say, Khadar said this is good, that is good, this is good. They are mixing, this is very good. And then you have multi-millet mix. They are actually putting my photo and then say this is very good. Then you take. And then what happens? Now you are having each and every organ getting 1/5 of the fiber. That means no organ is cleaned. That's why you do not mix millets. The same thing goes to lentils, because lentils have got different kinds of proteins. Moong dal is different protein. Chana dal. No, they have their specific arrangement. So it has its own capacity to help you in some particular fashion. And the fiber in little bit fiber in the dals, not very much, because you're removing the husk and then eating. So that also has to help you. So you can mix millet and then one lentil, and not 20 lentils. And then the whole thing, the problem is with people, they don't exercise their brain. One millet maximum price is 200. When they mix 4 or 5 and they say kg is 500. But they're giving you 1 kilo only. So why to go and buy that? That's why I said go to kitchen. If you want to mix also, you take this and mix, and it will be still 100 rupees only, no? But don't mix and eat. The logic and science is that. But why do you want to buy this mix? Because this is processed food and you are all brainwashed. Everything ready to eat. 2 minutes. This is nonsense and unscientific.
On a related, right? So let's say in a family like of grandparents and 3 generations, elderly parents have some hypertension kind of issues, and maybe somebody has a hypothyroid, and the rest of them normal. How do you cook or
It's very easy. Just take 5 grains, 2 days rotation.
you have to follow any protocol?
This is the protocol for the family. So all the problems will be attended to. But decoctions, you take individuals. That's a good question.
So in the see protocol, you have decoctions and the rotation of the millets, right? So for the decoction, like if you don't get the leaves that are mentioned, and
Whatever leaves you are getting, keep rotating
that is
and
okay.
try to get the leaves that are not there for you. Yeah,
The local leaves,
yeah, local.
that is okay also.
Yeah.
So, you recommended Parijat for some of the kashaya.
Yeah, especially Parijat, Amrutpal, that is Goa, and then people. These three are for all the cancer patients.
So is the regular jasmine leaves also the same?
No, no, no. It's a very specific for cancer.
Happy if
We ordered a lot of jasmine trees in the learning group, so everybody has like a jasmine.
Parijat and
People, Parijat, and Goa.
guava is easily available.
No, all the three are available.
Just grow and home as
Yeah, it's very easy.
They don't survive the winter for us here.
Yeah, you can keep some of them in your house near the windows. Yeah, if you do want, go to Raj Chapdi. Everything is there.
Yeah, he grows everything. He's an amazing god. Raj Shafri. The long hair. Right. Hoping and
No, we can actually ship it. I can get it from him and
So you have a question, right? Yeah.
I know you just A1 and H2 now. This one, what's the difference between those? Is there a better alternative?
Yeah, no one need to have any animal milk. There is no need.
So we can drink almond milk.
Yeah, you can have almond milk if it is organic, oat milk if you have organic. Okay, and A1, A2 is actually a lot more science you need to know. The animal protein has a sequence of amino acid sequences. So in A1, they have actually changed at 209. One particular amino acid is removed and another amino acid is crept in, okay, by genetic modification. And that's one change, and then it is made to give more milk because of injections and other things. So the residues of these processes are coming into the milk, and that's what is disturbing most of the cycles of the women. You know, the periodicity of menstruation, all that is disturbed because they are dependent on the minute micro balance of the hormones. So that's why we call taking milk is the source of hormonal imbalance and related diseases. So like endometriosis, PCOD, not having proper time in the periods, 15 days once you have periods, or if you don't get periods at all these issues are connected to hormone imbalance. And many girls having acne on their face, it's because they have problem with their ovaries not releasing the ovum in the right time, and all these issues are connected to the milk. So if women stop taking milk, half of, not half, 75% of their problems vanish away in 75 days, period. So you don't need all these doctors.
So in that case, we should not eat yogurt also.
Fermented milk is okay. Yogurt, no, because yogurt is a frozen fermentation process. Because yogurt is not,
Oh, homemade yogurt.
homemade curds is okay. Yogurt is not.
No, yeah, like a curd.
No, I wanted to make you sure what is difference between yogurt and curds. Curds is live. Yogurt is frozen. I mean, they add some chemical because it tastes the same anywhere and everywhere. The curds in your own house, if you wait for 1 more hour, it is different.
But if we cannot use milk, so how can we use curd? How can we make
That's what it is, fermenting, na?
That's what
The fermentation removes all the animal nature. Homemade curd is okay, correct.
So it is-
Okay, I'm not saying go and eat curds. You're insisting, you do not want to let go of milk, you know. You're torturing the cow, that you should understand. You are supposed to leave the milk for the calf, not for you. See, all these questions are based around milk, milk, milk. You're not talking about the calf. The milk is given for the calf, not for you.
the Bay Area also has a A2 grass-fed milk group.
Yeah, whatever. Don't take the milk. You can take the buttermilk.
Buttermilk.
Yeah. That way you can conserve, because one cow's, after feeding the baby, you take that left out milk, 10 people can have buttermilk. Because even 100 ml curds, you can make churn and make buttermilk.
Can you say to avoid dairy products altogether?
Yeah, the best thing is to do that. Why torture them? Why torture yourself?
So the yogurt, making the yogurt,
Don't touch yogurt. It's bogus.
Homemade curd.
Homemade curd. Yeah, it gives you one of the lactobacillus in your tummy. It's okay. Nothing wrong with that.
So it takes off all the chemicals from the.
Not chemicals. The animal protein is converted.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, so chemicals, some of the chemicals are dangerous. They nothing can be done.
Okay, so they inject the hormones like.
Yeah, that's what I wear. That not gone. If it is A1 milk, it's
Talking about
A2 milk. There nothing. You are not injecting anything. No? It is natural.
it's natural.
Yeah,
Okay.
I told you it became A1 and we became A2.
Cross indicas.
Okay.
Yeah, forget about milk. Don't torture the cows.
She is not asked a question.
Yeah, please.
Why are some of the millets high and how does it affect the glycemic index is more in some?
No, forget about glycemic index. It's a wrong concept. You see, what is glycemic? You have take rice and add some fiber. Its glycemic index is different. That's not the way it works. You have to release the glucose slowly and steadily into the bloodstream. That is the standard. So actually, that can be done by what is called renal tolerance test. So if a grain is releasing glucose slowly and steadily, after you eat or drink the porridge, within 1 hour you see glucose spike in your urine. That's called renal tolerance test. So if your grain is releasing all the glucose suddenly into the bloodstream like rice and wheat, you will see RTT failing every time when you take rice and wheat. It doesn't happen with these grains which have got high percentage of fiber contents like foxtail millet, minor millets. So the RTT test is very positive because you don't see glucose spike. Whereas with neutral millets like ragi, proso, you do see glucose spike, but not as fast as you see with rice and wheat. It delayed for another 1 hour. So that's the actually test what we did for the labeling. Positive millets, and positive grains, neutral grains, and negative grains. And that's the way the book also we have mentioned. You got your answer. And it depends on the nature of the fiber and the content of the fiber.
One question came up just now. Somebody was saying they started eating millets and they had diarrhea. Couple of millets, foxtail millet and little millet, and they started having diarrhea.
You know
And they
that.
stopped eating millets after that.
Yeah, but they didn't do the things properly. First thing is that there may be a shipping problem with the millet which harbored. Many times, many people have diarrhea when they eat. Even if you're regular food, once in a while you get diarrhea. You've gone to a marriage and then you eat the same chitrana, same thing, you still get diarrhea. Some people get diarrhea on that day, some people don't. So that's not the way. You start with millet ambali to start and you should persist.
Can I take it? It depends on how. I have a question. I asked this before to you personally, but I think everybody might benefit from this. I was just wondering, for college kids with no access to kitchen, what tips can you give us?
Remove them from that college.
That's not an option. You're there to stay in dorm for 2 years.
Yeah, at least keep educating them. As soon as they come out of the college, let them start eating millets. That means what can you do if there is no option? Or go to the hostel fellows and educate them so that they give millet food.
That is
Just like the temple can start giving millet prasadam.
Yeah, see, my kids, they stay in the dorm with my kids. So after they come back, we only do this. So this is my daughter. She's my daughter. So
No, I think it's your job and responsibility to change the institutions also. Educating them. In fact, I have already gone more than 2,600 colleges and telling everyone. At least they should know that it can be done. And this is the beginning of millet journey for the human race. I mean, all over the world, I'm the first one to start. So all these challenges are there. And I alone cannot do it. I might have been the first one to start, but then everyone has to take it as their responsibility. But for future generations, it's our job and duty to do things.
I think we have the last question here.
Yeah. So follow to that. Now I see so many shops selling this millet biscuits, millet noodles, ragi noodles, this noodles, that noodles.
Yeah, they are mixing and doing things. It's business.
You know, but then can these kids take those noodles and all this stuff?
Maybe better than eating atta maida noodles. I'm not for it. Yeah, it's a process. So better than eating. And I don't like food being processed, even if it is millet food. So, and I think it's a mental dimension that the human race has to get back to kitchens. So I am Puritan in that sense. That processed food is not good because in this things that to be kept on shelf, you have done a lot of processing.
So if you want to make fresh millet noodles, there is a recipes.
Recipes are there in Millet
But,
Magic, Dr. Sarala.
Yeah,
Yeah.
a lot of recipes are there. But if you want the millet, whatever millet noodles that you buy, including ragi millet noodles, any millet noodle,
You watch the ingredients.
it will have 30-35% is wheat
Wheat.
because we have not figured out a way to make noodles without adding a binding force, that is gluten, that is your
No, there are methods we have done. Colocasia, a lot of things. It has.
yeah.
See, the problem is it has to be processed, and then it has come to the market. It will take some time.
It has become a big business. This
Yeah, sir, we are in business economic model. So it's a different dimension we are talking. It's not simple thing. So first let us change one dimension of food. Then the market economy to ecological cooperative societies markets, it's another dimension which is much more difficult. Because this I am telling, just going into kitchen we can change. We don't need to worry about the markets and this and that. So there are many steps and many layers to our existence. So you don't bother about all that. Simple thing is go to kitchen, get your grains, cook, and you only have to cook once, eat well in the morning, and then forget about food and do something else.
Do the millet grains go rancid?
Rancid? No, generally not. If you have the husk, they can be for 7 years, 10 years, no problem.
Sorry about the ones selling in the stores. Sometimes we don't know if they.
Yeah, you see, especially right now, there may be that problem because shipping from India comes in ship, takes 3 months, and then they have packed well or not packed well. Some companies might pack well, sometimes may not pack well. So rancid things can come, and that may be the reason why some of the people who used millets at that batch might have caused that problem. So rancid is basically the oils that are there, little oils in any grain start going bad, and that's what the grain becomes rancid. And rice and wheat, it doesn't happen. That's what actually the problem. People don't understand these things. Rice and wheat are processed. They can never ever get any rancid because they are spraying chemicals like mad. And all the process, I mean, the polished rice, while polishing, they have got a nice thin coat of pesticides and whatnot. So you will say, I ate rice, nothing happened to me. I ate millets. Oh, I got loose motions. Yeah, possibility is there because this is what is happening. And the processing of millets, and if you get into the same kind of processes, you will also not get any time loose motion because you have again sprayed the chemical. So you are entering into a different kind of problems. So that's why I said, please get grains and get into your kitchen.
if I may add, buy my grains.
Yeah.
No, we would like to know where it's available and how to get that.
Yeah, locally right now, limited availability is there on Lemon Hat app for local. Lemon Hat app for just the Bay Area folks.
Okay.
But if they run out of stock, then we can ship it from Houston for you guys. Lemon Hat is an app for the local folks.
Again, can you tell us which website to go to order from Organic Spain?
For local Bay Area folks, it's Lemon Hat app on your mobile. organic sphere store, and you can order only millets right now. That's what is available
Okay.
in stock. If you want to order oils and everything else, then we have organicsphere.io. That is the website where we have it in Houston, and I ship it from here.
Have you experienced any rancid problems that
We used to do it in when I started 6 years back.
And this is toddy palm jaggery. So the sweet tooth fellows can use. Even if you are diabetic, once in 3 days you can have kheer out of this. You will be okay. Yeah, the sweet that you ate today, that